Hi there, this is our ELB surface grinder, hydraulic. We've got the table, longitudinal, traverse, the cross travel, and also your wheel head down auto feed on it as well. German made, very good quality and quite advanced in its features for its time. So it's got your wee coolant system, which you'll see back there, and also when you do start your hydraulic pump, it's got a big electric motor that drives a coolant fan to keep the actual housing itself cool, hence the air filter system at the back that you'll see. Got the stone sharpener up here. You'll see through the photos, it's very tidy. The wheel head's got 2 speeds on it. And it's got those levelling feet there. So I'll just start with the manual operation. There's only 2 things I notice on this machine. One is the setup up top there, the housing for the DTI to give you your downward setup. It's just had a wee repair done to it, and the only other thing that I noticed is on this hand wheel here, moving this left and right, it's graunchy. So that's the manual. When it's in, there's a wee lockout there which activates a switch and you can't use the machine. Now that's freewheeling, and that's in that freewheeling mode. If I pull that out, then I can move that cross slide back and forward. So that's that. Your travel limits are, for instance, if I want to take that head on a wrap it up, it does have a travel limit at the stop. And then you've got a micrometer set up there on that axis, and when you bring that down in the rapid, that will switch off when it hits that micrometer. That rapid doesn't work when you're feeding, obviously. That's the wee coolant pump going, and you won't hear the cooling fan until that hydraulic pump starts up, which you won't hear anyway. Magnetic chuck, this table, and you've got to have that going to power the machine itself up, and also it's got the demagnetizer feature on it as well. You can bring your head towards you and away. It's only travelling a short distance at the moment because I've set these travel stops up for the demo at a very short distance, otherwise the video will take too long. So those are those stops, and then obviously your longitudinal stops are here. You've got your manual down with that wheel head. Alright, so I've got that chuck going. It's got 2 speeds in that wheel head. That's its fastest speed, and its slower speed there going. Okay, I'll start that hydraulic pump up. So that's that hydraulic pump ticking over there, and I'll engage that table. I've got that travelling a wee distance at the moment. So you can speed that up, obviously. I won't go too fast, but, or slow it right down. So that's adjusting nicely. I'm going to limit our travel there for this demo once I get it across a bit. So that's that table going there. So if I'm to engage the feeds, basically I've engaged the feed at the moment, so once it's done 2 strokes, it will, oh no, that's with the vertical, sorry. So at the moment, yeah, I've engaged it, so once it's done 2 strokes it comes across. You have got a setting here which it has another feature as well, but basically I've got it just on that setting at the moment. After 2 strokes it's coming across. That's just freewheeling around there. You can set with a wee knob there how much it comes across, so it's just variable by adjustment of that knob. So I'll start the auto feed down, so I'm just going to rapid that down a little bit just for this exercise, and then so that's on that cross feed, it's hit its stop, now it's going to come back and it's away again. So I've just engaged that vertical feed. Basically what it's doing, you'll see that brown disc up the top's turning, and I can see the DTI, it's bringing it down. It'll come down until it reaches the spark out point that's set there, and the wee orange light will come on. And I've set it up so once that orange light comes on and it's sparking out, that the travel distance from there to take off your material isn't very long, just for the sake of keeping this short. It'll come down, once it reaches that orange light, then that continual feed down will stop, and I've got it set where it will just increment down at every complete stroke of these. The other setting that you've got there is for it to increment down once it's done its full travel on the cross, and then goes back, which would be what normally happens. So it's the orange light's on at the moment, the DTI's stopped moving, and basically at the end of every second stroke at the moment, you'll see, or you may not, so it's just come down there a fraction. So it's in its feed mode. When it reaches the travel that I set, the red light will come on, and then it'll go up. So the other features that it's got is when it does reach the red light, which is your maximum you want to take off your material, you can set by a knob there how long you want it to be in that position to spark out before it goes up, and I've set that at nothing, otherwise it will be a lengthy process. And the other thing that I have set at the moment is once it finishes your full cut off your material, you can set your spark out time, which I've explained, and also you can set how far, so the red light's on now, and I've just set how far it comes off the job once it's all finished before the machine shuts down. You can also set via a knob here as well. So there, it's done its thing, the amount that it increments down. So I had that incrementing down at about 0.03. So yeah, very advanced for its day, beautiful quality, and it ticks over nicely.